Hey guys, in this video, I want to show you our income and expense tracker to keep your company and yourself accountable when it comes to tracking your income and your expenses. As you probably know, my name is Viko Kang. I come from a very conservative Asian background, so tracking every penny and cent have been always instilled with me when I was young. So therefore, I built myself this very simple yet comprehensive income versus expense tracker that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today to walk you through the entire process of the sheet. And just a quick reminder here, the link of a template to the sheet will be somewhere around this video, probably below this video somewhere. So all you have to do is just go to file and make a copy and make it your own. So let's just start it with the layout. So first of all, you see the tab here, we have January, February until December, right? Which is the entire month of every year. So the beautiful thing about this is that this can be repeated every year. For example, if I finish this sheet in 2025, all I have to do is just make a copy for the year 2026, right? So I will make it right now to show you guys how to do that. And the best part is that when you make a copy for the next year, you don't have to delete any data because everything is on zero. So you have a brand new sheet straight away, right? So let's come back to this sheet right now and we're going to start input some data. We're going to start off with our income. Again, we're not using January. We're just going to use month 1, month 2, month 3 until month 12, right? And then you have a subtotal right here. And then you have your total yearly income, which is this column. So quickly, I have a YouTube video right here with Alex Hamosi explaining the difference between profit margins of 80% and 90% is actually 2x. It was an interesting video, so I thought I included it in this sheet template. So make sure that you check it out also. So for you out there, you probably have one income source, right? Maybe that could be Stripes or PayPal. So you could, just simply, let's say in April right now, we just put like $1,000 from PayPal, right? I normally add a note here, right? But for me, I have multiple income source. We're using Wise, we're using Stripes, we're using PayPal also. So we're actually using a bunch of different platforms. So that's why I have so many columns right here to actually input that data, right? Because, it's also better, in my opinion, to have your income diversified throughout this platform because you hear this many horror story of Stripe just immediately ban you and lock you out, and then you would lose all your income in just one day. Same as Wise, okay? I'm not saying anyone or any company is good or evil, but they can do that to you. So it's actually good to have a diversified income throughout this payment processing platform, right? So what I also keep track as well, guys, for the start of this year is to keep tracks of my interest and my dividend. And that's one of my goals, to actually make 5-figure interest and 5-figure dividend, which I'm very proud to say that I have achieved that. So make sure that you invest your money in the right funds and the right, bank account that generate enough interest. And I also like to track that as well. For example, if you make like $1,000 per month from interest and dividend invested in a bunch of stocks and saving accounts, you can list that here. And refund and credit, just for the sake of keeping my account simple, I would use credit and refund as part of income. Therefore, I don't have to deduct any expense. So that's just me. You guys can make change to this table however you want. So we have $100 right here in April when it comes to refund and credit back when it comes to a cancellation on our end. So our gross profit right now is 2,100, which is 1K and 1K here. So when it comes to April, right, this is month 4, which is April. We want to come to April tab, right? And then we want to actually list our expenses. So again, depending on where you use your expense, I highly recommend that you guys just use expense from one account. We use RelayFi because RelayFi also can link to a card. We use Wise and RelayFi. And at the end of the month, we just download an Excel sheet of the account transaction and put it into ChatGPT, saying to separate all this expense in terms of salary, clothing, and all that stuff. I would say ChatGPT get 70% of it right. So I just manually do all of this, which take me around 30 minutes each month. It's not a big deal. So we're going to start with like paying someone. Let's say you have an Excel sheet. You're paying someone $100, right? 5 of your staff, $100, and all of that is in salary. And then you would paying $5 for grocery, like foods and shopping. Okay. So $5, foods and shopping. And then you would pay $20 in software and subscription. So we have a few category here, which is software and subscription, right? I'm just like making some number up here. But again, guys, you guys can design your own category. Just come here and edit, and you can add a few things. But you want to make sure like the formula is relayed back to the dashboard. I obviously have my engineer doing all of this. I have salary right here, and I like to color code them differently. I have ad spend, subscription, mentorship, travel, rents and government fees. You got to make sure you have your tax somewhere there so it's not hitting you by surprise. And then foods and shopping. If you have more stuff like family fun time, something like that, just go add another item. But make sure that once you add stuff, the formula is still stay intact, right? So I'm just going to add one more example. We're going to spend $15 here in rents and office expense. And then we're going to spend $200 in government fees and tax, right? For April, okay? So if you come back to the dashboard, this is why the formula works so beautiful, is that you can see here, we have a graph saying we make 2,000 in incomes and we make 925 in expense just for April. And this is the total incomes and expense. You can see right here, most of it, 64% of it is salary, 8.6% of it is subscription, 1.6% of it is rental income, and 21% is government fee, and 3% is food, clothes, and shopping. And you can see here the different breakdown of that. So these are the total, right? It's 600 in form of salary, 80 in form of subscription, right? So it's pretty much just add everything into total and subtotal. And you can see your gross profit margin is at 55.95, let's say 56%, which is pretty much a simple formula of this minus this, right? It's pretty much just income minus expense and then divided by the total income. So very simple formula. And you can see here in April, it formulate the whole graph in here. The difference is this is actual total of the year. So if you add more stuff in May or in June or in January, it will keep compounding in here. And this is just individually for April. What I like to do is that I want to keep myself accountable. I have a comment here of incomes and expense, like what's happening during that month. So really just easy stuff to do. For example, for this month, like if this was a real month, I would saying here, the reason why the salary is so high, which is 64%, is because we're trialing a few more candidates, right? And the reason why the rent is so low is because I negotiate with the landlord for a discount or an agreement during my COVID crisis. So something along that line to make sure like I can review this in the future. Very simple as that. I mean, like this is pretty much the sheet you need, guys. It will cover everything and it will help you and your company knowing where to focus on when it comes to reducing expense and where to focus on when it comes to optimizing your income, right? So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, share it, and the link of the sheet again will be somewhere around this video. Make sure they check it out. Bye.